All right, Coach. 3 weeks in, and with non-conference games, now you're starting off NCHC play against the last NCHC team you faced, St. Cloud State. Your thoughts entering the week?
Well, I think obviously our conference is a tough league, and we're going to St. Cloud, who happens to uh, be a pretty good team, and we're looking forward to it. I think every game in our league is tough, and you really have to play your best, and um, you have to prepare your best to play well on the weekend, and our focus is exactly that, to make sure that we're ready to go come Friday.
St. Cloud State got off to a pretty good start the first couple of weeks. Charlie Lindgren in goal specifically, when I think it was 3 games without allowing a goal. Talk about the challenge that they pose in that ring.
Well, they're very good at home. They have a lot of things that will pose some issues for us. Their defense core is very good. Their forward line's deep. Um, they've got some veteran guys that have been to the Frozen Four and have played in the national tournament and championship games, and they're well coached, and we have a lot of respect for them. And we've had some real good battles here in the last few years, and um, it's really a matter of bringing your best hockey on Friday and playing the right way, and doing things that allow yourself to an opportunity to be in the game, and hopefully make some plays along the way to give yourself the best chance.
You talk a lot about how much preparation goes into these weekends and that you have to do all these things just to give yourself a chance on the weekend, as you already alluded to here. Uh, what are some of the things that you're working on now that you've gotten 3 weeks worth of games under your belts?
Well, there's a lot of things that in our game that we have to get better at, and there's not really any specific thing other than just the total game package, if you will. And um, our puck management needs to be better. Our play away from the puck needs to be better. Our awareness and details need to be better. These are all things that you do on a daily basis, regardless of the time of season. Maybe they're a little bit more emphasized than some of the drills that we're doing, but at the same time, you have to continually grow and get better every day, um, and that's what we're focused on. To say that it's one area or the other is probably um, not true. There's a lot of things that we have to do, but it all comes down to compete level, paying attention to detail, making sure that we hit our standard on a daily basis, and that we're getting better in all those areas.
This next couple of questions from Steve Perkins with the Miami Student. Obviously, every game matters during the season, but as conference play starts up, how much more emphasis gets placed with the battle that this league has become over the last couple of years?
Yeah, most teams we play 4 times, so we're going to see them again, and you have to make sure that you're prepared well, and that you're doing things that will allow you an opportunity to be in the game, like I said earlier. Um, it's when you go on the road in our league, it's tough sledding, and you have to be ready, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally as well. So, um, but I know that our league brings the best out in everybody, and that should be a heck of a weekend.
The conference play starting and the 3-on-3 going into effect for the extra point if you get to OT. Having played a 3-on-3 already against Providence, how prepared do you figure the team is for whatever situation arises should that come up?
I'm not sure you're ever really prepared if you've played only one game. There's things that will probably come up if we are encountered with that situation here in the future. So it's going to be a learning experience as we go, and we'll continue to get better at it as we put ourselves in that situation. Hopefully, we don't put ourselves in too many of those situations, but if it does come up, we'll grow with the experience that would provide.
Progress of the team, how have they what are some of the things you've seen them kind of step up at over these last couple of weeks, especially just kind of natural growing in their game and their cohesion?
I think, when we look at the last 6 games and the last 3 weeks and the last 4 weeks, really, since we've started full time, there's been some growth. I think our freshmen have really kind of stepped in and done a nice job for us. We've had real good spurts of good hockey in, I would say, probably every game, with the exception of maybe one. Um, so we see a lot of good things, but we have opportunities still to get better. We have opportunities every day to get better. We have guys that need to be a little bit more responsible in their actions and the way they uh, prepare themselves, maybe, but ultimately the way they perform on the weekend. Um, but other than that, I would say that we are progressing. Um, you know, maybe not to the standard that we want, but we're getting better, and I think that's probably the most important part. And as I said, a long time ago, weeks now, this is a work in progress. We have a lot of pieces that we have to put together, and guys are playing different roles, and we're starting to feel good about those things. And guys are starting to play a lot better. And I think the road trip to St. Lawrence really helped us come together a little bit, understand some things of our team and situations that we put ourselves in a hostile environment in a tough building, that that hopefully will help us continue to grow.
This last bit, it becomes an easy question whenever you go to St. Cloud or Colorado College, the wider ice, preparing for that with a little bit of extra perimeter space anyway.
For us, it's a matter of just going and playing the game. You got to play the game the right way. You still have to make sure that you're making good plays with the puck and you're skating away from the puck and you're playing good team defense. And all the things that we preach on a daily basis come into play. Yes, there's a little bit more room on the outside, but dot to dot and dot to net is the same in every building. And so those dimensions don't change. You've got to be ready to win battles, and you've got to be ready to make plays, and that's true for any rink that you go into. And for us, the more concerning is St. Cloud and the way they play and how good they are and how good they play in their building, and we have to match that intensity and that execution that they have. Okay, thanks.